Hey everyone, welcome to the video. My name is Karen, and in this video I'm going to be sharing some important money habits that I wish I had known and developed when I was in my 20s. Looking back, there are so many things about personal finance and money management that I wish I had been more aware of and intentional about when I was younger. The habits and behaviors you develop in your 20s can have a huge impact on your financial well-being for the rest of your life. In this video, I'm going to cover 5 key money habits that I wish I had started cultivating earlier. These are habits that I've since developed, but I know that if I had started them sooner, it would have put me in a much better financial position today. My hope is that by sharing these lessons, I can help you avoid some of the mistakes I made and get on a stronger financial path earlier in life. So without further ado, let's jump into the 5 money habits I wish I knew in my 20s. Habit 1. Automate your savings. The first habit I wish I had started earlier is automating my savings. When I was in my 20s, I would just kind of save whatever was left over at the end of the month. The problem with this approach is that there was never really any leftover money. My spending would always seem to expand to fill whatever money was available. What I should have done is set up automatic transfers from my checking account into dedicated savings accounts. This way, the money would be moved out of my checking account before I ever had a chance to spend it. Even if it was just $50 or $100 per month, automating those transfers would have built up my savings balance over time without me really feeling the impact. The key is to make saving automatic and treat it like a non-negotiable expense, just like your rent or utilities. When the money is automatically moved into savings, you adapt your spending to what's left in your checking account. This makes saving much more effortless and ensures you're consistently putting money away, even when money is tight. I really can't stress enough how much of a difference this one habit can make. Even small, consistent amounts add up tremendously over time thanks to the power of compound interest. If I had set up automatic savings transfers in my 20s, I'd be so much further ahead financially today. Habit 2. Avoid lifestyle inflation. The second money habit I wish I had developed earlier is avoiding lifestyle inflation. When I got my first real job out of college, I was suddenly making a lot more money than I ever had before. Rather than being intentional about how I spent that extra money, I just kind of let my lifestyle gradually expand to match my income. I upgraded my apartment, started eating out more, bought a new car, took more expensive vacations, you name it. And while I was enjoying the nicer things in life, I wasn't actually saving or investing any of that extra income. It was all just getting consumed by a higher cost of living. What I should have done is been really proactive about preventing my spending from ballooning as my income grew. I should have set specific savings targets and ruthlessly prioritized putting a good chunk of each raise or bonus into savings and investments, instead of just spending it. Lifestyle inflation is a sneaky trap that a lot of people fall into. It's so easy to just let your spending creep up over time. But if you can avoid that and keep your spending in check as your income grows, you'll be able to build wealth at a much faster rate. It's a habit that would have served me incredibly well in my 20s. Habit 3. Track your spending. The third money habit I wish I had developed earlier is consistently tracking my spending. When I was in my 20s, I had a very haphazard approach to budgeting and personal finance. I would sort of keep an eye on my bank account balance, but I didn't have a clear picture of where all my money was actually going each month. This lack of visibility into my spending made it really difficult to identify areas where I could cut back and save more. I was flying blind, essentially, and making financial decisions without full information. What I should have done is set up a system for tracking my expenses, whether that was using a budgeting app, a spreadsheet, or even just writing things down. Knowing exactly how much I was spending in different categories like dining out, shopping, entertainment, etc. would have allowed me to make much more informed decisions. I could have identified unnecessary expenses to eliminate, found ways to trim costs in certain areas, and ultimately been able to save and invest a lot more of my income. Developing the habit of tracking my spending would have been an invaluable tool in my 20s for taking control of my finances. Habit 4. Invest regularly. The fourth money habit I wish I had started earlier is investing regularly. When I was in my 20s, I knew that I should probably be investing for the long term, but I never really made it a priority. I would occasionally put a little bit of money into a retirement account, but I was very inconsistent about it. What I should have done is set up automatic, recurring investments, whether that was contributions to a 401k, IRA, or a taxable brokerage account. By investing a set amount on a regular basis, like monthly or bi-weekly, I would have been taking full advantage of the power of compound growth. Even if the amounts were small at first, those regular contributions would have added up tremendously over time. And because I would have been investing consistently through both up and down markets, I would have smoothed out the volatility and achieved better long-term returns. Developing the habit of investing on a regular, automated basis is one of the single most important things you can do for your financial future, especially when you're young. The earlier you can get started, the more time your money has to compound and grow. I really wish I had made this a priority in my 20s, because I'd be in such a stronger financial position today if I had. Habit 5. Continuously educate yourself. The fifth and final money habit I wish I had cultivated earlier is continuously educating myself about personal finance and investing. When I was in my 20s, I was pretty clueless when it came to managing money and building wealth. I didn't read personal finance books, listen to podcasts, or seek out educational resources. I kind of just learned as I went, making mistakes along the way. But I know that if I had made a habit of consistently expanding my knowledge, I could have avoided a lot of those mistakes and gotten on a better financial path much sooner. Whether it's reading blogs, listening to podcasts, taking online courses, or even just having conversations with financially savvy friends and family members, continuously educating yourself about money management is so important. The more you learn, the more empowered you'll be to make smart financial decisions. This is a habit that I've really tried to develop in recent years, and it's made a huge difference. I'm constantly learning new things and gaining a deeper understanding of personal finance, investing, and wealth building. I wish I had started this habit much earlier, because the compounding benefits would be even more significant by now. Conclusion. Alright, there you have it, the 5 money habits I wish I had known and developed when I was in my 20s. To recap, those were: 1. Automating your savings. 2. Avoiding lifestyle inflation. 3. Tracking your spending. 4. Investing regularly. 5. Continuously educating yourself. These habits may seem simple, but they can have a profound impact on your financial trajectory. By putting them into practice early on, you can set yourself up for tremendous long-term success. I know that when you're in your 20s, it's easy to feel like you have all the time in the world to figure out your finances. But the reality is, the decisions and behaviors you develop in those formative years can have lasting consequences. That's why it's so important to be proactive and intentional about building healthy money habits from a young age. If I could go back and give my 20-year-old self some advice, these are the lessons I would impart. I hope that by sharing them with you today, I can help you get a head start on the path to financial freedom and security. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.